Wait, my child. Stay with me a moment. There is something I have been waiting to tell you, and today is the day I get to say it. Something is changing for you. A season that has gone on so long you began to believe it would never end. It is ending. I can see what you cannot see yet. And by the time these few minutes are over, I am going to tell you plainly what is coming. But you have to stay with me to hear it. Out of all the weary souls I could have spoken to today, I chose to reach you. You, who have almost forgotten what it feels like to be light. You, who have carried a heaviness for so long that it started to feel like simply who you are now. I have a message for you about that heaviness and about what is on the other side of it. Do not leave before I reach the end. Breathe with me first. I know how tired the heaviness has made you. The way even small things take so much effort now. The way you have learned to perform okayness for everyone around you, while something inside you stays gray. So breathe in, slowly, and let it out. You do not have to perform for me. I see exactly where you are, and I have not turned away. My child, let me tell you what I have watched you carry. I have watched a long darkness settle over you. Maybe it came in all at once, after a loss or a blow that knocked the color out of everything. Maybe it crept in so slowly, you cannot even remember when the light went out. But somewhere along the way, the joy drained away, and the days became something to get through, rather than something to live. And you began to wonder if the gray was permanent now. I have seen you go through the motions, getting up, doing what must be done, even smiling, when smiling is expected, while underneath it all, there is a flatness, a tiredness of the soul, a quiet grief for the version of you that used to laugh easily and hope freely. You miss that person. You wonder if they are gone for good. My child, hear me. I have not come to scold you for the darkness. I have come to tell you that it is not the end of your story, and it is not who you are. The night you have been in is real, and it has been long, but the night was never meant to be permanent, and I am the God who restores. It is one of the truest things about me. I do not only comfort my children in their darkness, I bring them back out into the light. There is a promise I made long ago, and I am making it freshly to you right now. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. You have lived the night, the whole long, heavy night of it. But the morning is a promise, and my promises do not fail. The morning is coming for you. The joy is coming back. I want you to do something. In the comments below, I want you to declare the morning before you can see it. Type these words: joy is coming back to me. Say it not because you feel it, but because I have promised it. Speaking it is an act of faith, a way of agreeing with what I see, rather than what the gray is telling you. And if you simply need to be reminded today that the darkness will not last forever, that your joy is not gone for good, type Amen. Let it be a seed of hope planted in the dark, where, as you now know, the most important things grow. I see everyone, and I have seen you watch other people enjoy their lives and feel a distant ache, as though joy were a country you used to live in and can no longer find your way back to. You have started to make peace with the gray, to expect nothing more, because hoping for joy and not finding it hurts worse than not hoping at all. I know that is hard to believe from inside the gray. The darkness has a way of convincing you it will last forever, of erasing the memory that light ever existed. But feelings are not facts, and the darkness is a liar about how long it will stay. Seasons change, my child. Winter has never once refused to give way to spring, no matter how cold or how long it stretched. And the winter you are in is no exception. The thaw is coming. Breathe with me again. In. This darkness is not who I am. Out. Joy is coming back to me. In. Weeping endured for the night. Out. But the morning belongs to me. Let me tell you something about the dark season you have endured, because you have believed it was wasted time, time lost, a hole in your life where nothing good could grow. But that is not true. Some of the deepest things I have ever planted in my children, I planted in the dark. A seed must go down into the cold earth, into the dark, where it can see nothing and feel nothing but the weight of the soil, before it can ever rise into the light as something green and living. The darkness you have endured was not nothing happening. Beneath the surface, in the place you could not see, roots were going down. Depth was forming. A version of you was being grown that could never have grown in the easy light. When the joy returns, and it will not be the shallow, fragile joy you had before. It will be a joy with roots, a joy that has been through the dark and knows how to survive there, a joy that cannot be so easily knocked out of you again. The dark season was not a detour from your life. It was part of how I am growing you. Nothing was wasted, not one gray day. I was there in all of them, doing work you could not perceive, and that work is about to break the surface. Let me tell you how I feel about restoring joy to my children, because you may imagine I am reluctant, that I restore grudgingly, the way a tired parent finally gives in. That is not who I am. There was a son who took everything his father gave him and wasted it all in a far country, and came home in rags, expecting nothing more than to be a servant. But the father had been watching the road every single day, and when he saw the son still a long way off, he ran to him, ran, with no thought for his dignity, and threw his arms around him, and called for the finest robe and a ring and a feast, because the one who was lost had come home. My child, that is how I feel about bringing you back into joy. I am not dragging my feet. I am watching the road for you. I am ready to run. The restoration of your joy is not a chore to me. It is a celebration I have been longing to throw. When the morning breaks over you, all of heaven will be glad, because I have been waiting for this far more eagerly than you have. Breathe with me once more. In. The joy returning to me has roots. Out. Its source is Him, and He does not change. In. It is safe to hope again. Out. The morning is coming, and it will stay. And now, because you have stayed with me this far, here is what I have been waiting to tell you. The deepest truth. The thing I held back for the very end. You have believed this whole time that you were simply waiting for your circumstances to improve so that your joy could return. That joy was something that would happen to you once life got easier, once the loss healed, once the situation changed. But hear me, my child. The joy I am bringing back to you does not come from your circumstances changing. It comes from me. I myself am the Wellspring. The morning I have promised is not first a change in your situation. It is a return of my presence to the center of your awareness, a rediscovery that I have been with you in the dark the entire time, and that I am, and have always been, the source of every real joy you have ever known. The deepest truth is this: your joy was never meant to come from anything in this world that could be lost. It was always meant to come from me, who cannot be lost. And the dark season, for all its pain, has been clearing away every lesser source of joy, so that you could finally find the one that lasts. You are not just getting your old joy back. You are being led to its true source for the very first time. But stay a moment longer, my child. There is one thing more, something already prepared, already yours, that I have not yet named. I will name it before you go. That is who you are, my child. Not the gray one, permanently dimmed by a darkness that won. The one being restored, led up out of the valley, brought back into a joy with roots, a joy that flows from a God who never left and never will. Now hear what I declare over you, the one who has almost forgotten the light. The darkness will lift. The heaviness will be replaced with a lightness you have not felt in years. The laughter will return to you. Real laughter, the kind that surprises you. The color will come back into your days, slowly at first, and then all at once. The version of you that you have been mourning is not dead. She is being restored, deeper and stronger than before. Let those words go down into the gray place and begin, even now, to do their work. I am not promising you a life with no more nights. I am promising you that no night gets to keep you forever, because I am the God of the morning, and the morning always wins in the end. Let me speak to the one who feels guilty about the darkness, because some of you carry shame on top of the heaviness. You believe that a person of real faith should not feel this way, that your gray season is evidence of a spiritual failure, that if you only believed harder or prayed better, the darkness would lift. And so you hide it, and you punish yourself for it, and the shame makes the weight even heavier. My child, let that go. Some of the most faithful souls who ever lived walked through long valleys of darkness. My own servants cried out from the pit, said they were surrounded by darkness as their closest friend, asked me how long, how long, how long. I did not love them less for it. The darkness is not a sin. It is not a failure of faith. It is, very often, simply a season the soul must pass through. And passing through it faithfully, even while feeling nothing, even while doubting you will ever feel light again, is not weak faith. It is the strongest faith there is. To keep walking toward me in the dark, when you cannot feel me, when there is no reward in sight, is a more beautiful trust than any praise offered in the sunshine. Let me tell you how the morning usually comes, so you will recognize it and not miss it. The morning rarely arrives all at once, like flipping on a lamp in a dark room. It comes the way dawn comes, slowly, quietly, a faint gray lightening at the edge of the sky, long before the sun itself appears. At first, you might not even trust it. You might think your eyes are playing tricks, that the light you glimpsed was nothing. But it is not nothing. It is the beginning. So do not despise the small returns of joy, my child. The unexpected moment you laughed and surprised yourself. The morning you woke up and the weight was a little lighter than the day before. The flash of beauty that, for just a second, got through. These are not flukes. These are the first gray light of your morning, and they will grow and grow until one day you realize the sun has fully risen and you are standing in the warmth of it, hardly able to remember the long night at all. Let me speak to the specific fear that the joy, even if it returns, will not last, that you will get a glimpse of light only to have it taken away again, and that the second loss would be worse than never hoping at all. I understand that fear. It is why you have been protecting yourself by not hoping. But hear me, my child. The joy I am bringing back to you is not the same as the happiness that depends on circumstances staying good. Circumstantial happiness comes and goes with the weather of your life. And yes, it can be taken. But the joy I am restoring to you is rooted in something that cannot be taken. In me, in being mine, in a love that does not change when the circumstances do. That is why it is safe to hope for it. It does not depend on everything going right. It can coexist with hardship, can glow even on a difficult day, because its source is not your situation, but your God. That joy, once it takes root in you, has a permanence the old happiness never had. There is a current running beneath the long darkness, my child, in the place deeper than your heaviness, deeper than your gray, deeper than the flatness that has covered everything. It is the stream of my joy, and it has never stopped flowing, not even in your darkest season. You could not feel it under all that weight, but it was there the whole time, running beneath the surface, the way an underground spring keeps flowing, even through the coldest winter, waiting for the thaw to break it into the open. Step into that stream now. Let it begin to thaw the frozen places. Let it remind you that joy was never gone, only buried, only waiting, only running quietly beneath the ice for the morning I appointed. Feel it moving over you, warm and bright and alive. The joy of a God who delights in his children, and is even now leading you up out of the valley and into the light. And here is something I want you to hold on to in the days ahead. The joy I return to you will not only fill you, it will spill over onto others. The people around you who have watched you walk through the long darkness will witness your morning, and your restoration will become their hope. They will see that the gray did not get the last word in your life, and it will tell them that it will not get the last word in theirs. Your healing is not only for you. The very darkness you endured, once it gives way to joy, becomes a light for every other soul still sitting in the night, wondering if morning is real. You will be living proof that it is. So when the heaviness tries to return, and it may, you will have an answer. You will say, "This darkness is not who I am. Joy is coming back to me. Weeping endured for the night, but the morning belongs to me. My joy is rooted in the one who does not change, and he is leading me into the light." Rest now. You can set the heaviness down for tonight. You can stop bracing against a darkness that does not get the final word. The God of the morning has his hand on you, and he is even now turning the season, the way he turns winter into spring, faithfully, certainly, without fail. The light is coming. I promise you, the light is coming. And on the day it fully breaks, you will look back on this very moment, this gray, weary moment, when you almost could not believe me, and you will understand that even now, as you listened, the morning had already begun. The turning had already started. The first light was already on its way to you, closer with every breath, and nothing in all of creation could have stopped it from reaching you. Come back tomorrow, my child. There is a new message waiting for you here every single day. Each morning I have something to say to the ones I love, a fresh word of hope for the new day, and I will keep speaking light over you until the morning fully comes. Subscribe and turn on the bell, so that on the grayest day, you will be reminded again that joy is on its way back to you. And now, the thing I have been keeping. There is a joy that has already been given to you. Not promised, given. It is finished, sealed, set aside, and it is waiting in a day you have not reached yet. The way a gift waits in a drawer for the right morning. It has your name written on it in my own hand. You have been afraid that the joy might not come, or might come and be taken. My child, it cannot be taken, because it is not stored where thieves go. It is stored in me. No illness can spend it. No loss can withdraw it. No dark season, however long, can reach the drawer. You are not waiting to see whether joy will return to you. You are simply walking toward the morning, on which I hand you what has always been yours. One more breath with me before you go. In, the morning is coming. Out, joy is on its way back to me. The darkness will not keep you. The gray will not get the last word. The joy is not gone for good. You are held by the God of the morning, and he is leading you into the light. You are loved. You are seen. You are mine.